Most people think rich people just make more money. That is not the deepest difference. The deepest difference is what they own. Because in modern life, two people can earn similar incomes, work similar hours, live in the same city, and end up in completely different financial worlds. One becomes wealthier. The other becomes more dependent. Not because one worked harder, because one owned assets. The other owned liabilities. And once you see that pattern, you start noticing something uncomfortable. What if the system quietly trained most people to chase income, while the wealthy quietly chased ownership? Because if that is true, this conversation gets darker very quickly. Most people grow up learning one financial formula: study hard, get a good job, work longer, earn more, save carefully, and eventually, security arrives. But something strange started happening. People earned more and felt poorer, worked harder and felt further away. Higher salaries, longer hours, more stress, less freedom. And nobody handed them an explanation that actually fit their life. So they did what disciplined people do. They blamed themselves. They tried to budget harder, track better, cut more, hustle longer. But the pressure did not break. It just changed shape. And eventually a darker question slips in. What if I am not failing the game? What if I am playing the wrong game? Because the difference between wealthy people and everyone else may not be income. It may be ownership. Read this slowly. Rich people often buy things that pay them. Everyone else buys things they must keep paying for. Two simple words: assets, liabilities. One sends money toward you, the other sends money away from you. On one side of the line, people accumulate: a rental property, a business, equity ownership, cash flow assets, scarce assets. These compound while the owner sleeps. On the other side of the line, people sign: car payments, consumer debt, credit cards, lifestyle inflation, subscriptions, financing, monthly obligations disguised as progress. And slowly, people stop owning their time. Because debt does not just drain money, it trains behavior. It trains risk tolerance. It trains obedience. Read this carefully. Once your obligations become large enough, you stop making decisions. You only make payments. That is when freedom dies quietly inside something that looks like adulthood. Financial pressure is not always caused by low income. A lot of the time, it is caused by structures people signed up for while feeling proud. This is where it stops being financial and starts being psychological. Debt does not just touch your bank account, it edits your personality. Because when people carry enough monthly obligations, they stop optimizing for freedom. They optimize for survival in disguise. Safe feels smarter. Risk feels dangerous. Opportunity feels irresponsible. That is not always wisdom. Sometimes that is fear wearing the costume of maturity. People stop asking what creates wealth and start asking what protects my current position. That shift looks tiny, but it quietly reroutes a life. Because ownership compounds, but dependence compounds too. And eventually, two people working equally hard can live completely different lives. Not because effort changed, because structure changed. Dangerous truth. A lot of disciplined adults are not poor at money. They are trapped inside a structure that was sold to them as success. And this is where the middle-class illusion enters the story. Modern life rewards appearances. New car, larger home, lifestyle upgrades, visible success. But real wealth tends to grow quietly. While people chase symbols of arriving, the wealthy chase the engines that produce arriving. That is not the same thing. It can look similar from the outside, but the inside is completely different. One side carries optionality. The other side carries pressure, pretending to be lifestyle. Not all debt is bad. Some debt builds assets. Some debt builds income. Some debt funds something that returns more than it costs. But consumption debt, lifestyle debt, status debt, those quietly consume future freedom. Dangerous truth. Many people do not own expensive things. Expensive things own them. Think about how dark that really is. People spend years buying symbols of success while quietly selling their future flexibility. The car is paid in confidence today and obedience tomorrow. The home is paid in pride today and risk aversion later. The lifestyle is paid in image and locked into a job that becomes harder to leave the more it pays them. And by the time they realize it, the structure already owns them. Now the uncomfortable part. Modern systems do not reward labor and ownership equally. Assets can compound. Ownership can compound. Scarcity compounds. Networks compound. Time compounds. Meanwhile, most wage earners live inside a different loop. Earn, spend, repeat. Earn, spend, repeat. Until they look up one day and realize they have been running for years without building enough ownership underneath themselves. That moment is brutal, because it does not feel like a missed opportunity. It feels like a slow betrayal. You did everything you were told. You showed up. You worked hard. You were responsible. But the system was rewarding owners faster than it was rewarding workers. And nobody put that on the brochure. Read this slowly. In a world where assets compound and wages chase prices, not owning anything that grows on its own becomes a slow loss disguised as stability. That realization changes how people see money. Debt looks different. Income looks different. Risk looks different. Even money itself starts feeling different. This is the exact place where Bitcoin stops looking speculative and starts looking structural. Bitcoin did not enter the conversation because everyone loved technology. Bitcoin entered the conversation because people started questioning ownership, questioning monetary expansion, questioning purchasing power, questioning whose interests the system protects. Bitcoin asks a brutal question. What happens when people stop trusting expanding money and start preferring fixed scarcity? That question matters. Because once people internalize that assets compound and debt traps, they begin filtering everything through one filter. Does this thing increase ownership? Or does this thing increase obligation? And inside that filter, Bitcoin shows up as a strange answer. A non-state, fixed supply, rule-bound form of ownership that cannot be quietly diluted by someone else's decisions. You do not have to like it. You do not have to buy it. But it is hard to deny what it represents in this debate. It is ownership without permission. And once that idea exists in someone's mind, the old framing of money never feels safe again. So no, the difference between wealthy people and everyone else may not simply be income. It may be ownership. Assets, debt, leverage, dependence, structure. Because eventually, money compounds, ownership compounds. But obligations compound too. And the longer people ignore that, the harder the system becomes to escape. That is the brutal truth. Income gets spent, ownership gets remembered, and debt gets paid with the years of your life you never actually agreed to give up. So be honest. What really builds freedom? Assets or debt? Comment one line only. And the next question gets even darker. If ownership creates freedom, why does modern life work so hard to keep people focused on income instead?